faculty, staff, graduates, and guests, please be seated. Good afternoon. Graduates, please show your spirit by saying loud and proud, "Go Rams!" You can do better than that. Great, thank you. I think you're ready now. I'm Marcus Messner. I'm the interim director of the Richard T. Robertson School of Media and Culture at Virginia Commonwealth University. Welcome to the Robertson School's December 2019 commencement ceremony. This is an annual highlight in the life of our students, faculty, and staff. Welcome, everyone, to this very special occasion in the life of our graduating class. Hearty congratulations to our proud December 2019 graduates. For all your social media posts today, I know that's important, please remember to use the hashtag VCURobertson. We take pride in our school's educational philosophy based on real-world experiences, and our students hit the ground running, readiness for media careers. The Robertson School is home to our large Bachelor of Science undergraduate programs with more than 800 majors. It's also home to our graduate programs in multimedia journalism and strategic public relations. Our school is also one of 3 academic units along the Department of English and the School of the Arts to run the interdisciplinary PhD program in media, art, and text. Let me begin the ceremony by recognizing our faculty. The Robertson School faculty is composed of nationally and internationally known scholars, teachers, and communication professionals. The pride VCU has in the Robertson School is because of our faculty, full-time and part-time alike. The faculty have created our programs, brought them to life, and keep them shining. They've served as teachers, mentors, role models for our students and alumni. They have provided our students with transformative experiences here at VCU. Faculty members, when I call your name, please briefly stand. Graduates and guests, please hold your applause until I have called on all of our faculty members. Jay Adams, Assistant Professor in Advertising. Dr. Mariam Al-Qasimi, Assistant Professor in Public Relations. Dr. Tim Bajkiewicz, Associate Professor in Journalism. He's actually not on stage. He's running our broadcasting in the back. He's right there. Thank you, Tim. Alex Brian Campos, Instructor in Journalism. Jessica Collins, Assistant Professor in Advertising. Judy Cranshaw, Instructor in Public Relations. Veronica Garabelli, Instructor in Journalism. Dr. Alani Hill, Assistant Professor in Journalism. Dr. Chang Hong, Assistant Professor in Advertising. Professor Marcel Jennings, Assistant Professor in Advertising and the Robertson School's Associate Director. Professor Bijan Kodabande, Assistant Professor in Advertising. Dr. Karen McIntyre, Assistant Professor in Journalism and Director of Graduate Studies. Vivian Medina Messner, Instructor in Journalism. Dr. Nicole O'Donnell, Assistant Professor in Public Relations. Dr. Bill Oglesby, Associate Professor and Journalism Sequence Coordinator. Mary Ann Owens, Instructor in Journalism. Professor Peyton Rowe, Associate Professor in Advertising and Director of Undergraduate Studies. Professor Scott Sherman, Associate Professor and Advertising Sequence Coordinator. Professor Josh Smith, Assistant Professor and Public Relations Sequence and Special Projects Coordinator. Dr. Bao Bao Song, Assistant Professor in Public Relations. And Professor Jeff South, Associate Professor in Journalism. Please also let me introduce Mr. Chet Wade, the chair of our Robertson School Advisory Board and an adjunct professor in our Public Relations sequence. Colleagues, please rise again and accept our appreciation. Thank you. We also have several professional faculty and staff members in the Robertson School to thank. They have contributed tremendously to the school's operation and success. They deeply care about our students' success and well-being. Natasha Long, Coordinator of Student Services. Susan Kramer, Undergraduate Academic Advisor. Roy Roach, Undergraduate Academic Advisor. Maggie McDearman, Career Development Advisor. Frances Lynch, Administrative Specialist in the school's front office. I'd also like to welcome Dr. Xiahong Li from Songnan University of Economics and Law in China. She's spending this academic year with us as a global visiting scholar in the Robertson School. Special thanks go to Natasha Long and Professor Marcel Jennings, who have prepared this commencement ceremony, Professor Scott Sherman and Professor Peyton Rowe, who designed the beautiful commencement ceremony program that you have in your hands, and Gary Gillum, Dr. Tim Bajkiewicz, and our student crew behind the stage, who are videotaping the ceremony for us. Thank you all for dedicating your time and energy to help with this special event. Now I have a special guest on the stage to introduce to you. Dr. Catherine Bessart is Interim Senior Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs in the VCU College of Humanities and Sciences, and a distinguished author and professor of English. She has been an enthusiastic and strong supporter of the Robertson School. Now, sadly, this will be one of the last graduation ceremonies at VCU for Dr. Bessart, because it was just announced last week that she's been appointed Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Rhodes College in Memphis. She will take on that new role this summer. Please join me in a round of applause for this great honor and accomplishment. Congratulations. Dr. Bessart, may I please ask you to come to the podium to address our graduates.
Thank you, Marcus, for that wonderful word of welcome. I'm here on behalf of Dr. Don Young, who is the Interim Dean of the College of Humanities and Sciences. Greetings, welcome, and most of all, congratulations. You did it. This is a proud day. This is a lucky Friday the 13th. You're surrounded by family and friends and supporters. This is a great day, and you have our hearty congratulations. I want to leave you just with a brief story and 3 points from my own family history. My great-grandfather's name was Lafayette Banks, and he was born in 1853 in Albemarle County, Virginia. The 1870 census, which is the first census to list the actual names of freed African Americans, indicated that he owned his small farm, but he could neither read nor write. As I followed his story, the 1900 census listed him as able to read but not write. But by the time of his death at the age of 67 in 1927, he could both read and write. And I have always taken great comfort and inspiration from that story. So 3 things. First of all, never take your education for granted. It is a privilege to have walked the halls and to have studied under these great professors and come away with the knowledge that you've earned today. Second, be a lifelong learner. This is not the end for you of learning. Seek to learn something new every day for the rest of your life. And third, never give up on your dreams, goals, and aspirations. It's never too late to achieve your dreams. So I want to leave you with that, and again, my hearty congratulations on this wonderful, wonderful achievement.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bessart. Now I'd like to invite my colleague Judy Cranshaw to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker.
Thank you, Marcus. Congratulations, students and families. I'm both thrilled and emotional about introducing your graduation speaker, Taya Jarman, APR. Why am I so excited? Well, Taya has the receipts. She has worked hard to gain professional experience and earn considerable cred. A master's degree in strategic PR from right here at VCU. Accreditation in public relations, that's what those APR initials are for after her name. A rigorous distinction earned by only a very small percentage in our industry. Taya is currently Population Health Communications Director for the Virginia Department of Health. Previously, she was Internal Communications Director for the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles, spearheading award-winning social media for the DMV. She was spokesperson and community outreach coordinator for the Virginia Department of Transportation, board member and currently vice president of PRSA Richmond, one of the largest and most dynamic PR associations in the country, winner of numerous Virginia PR awards. Almost as exciting as PRSA on this list is Taya's experience as a media consultant for the annual BET Awards in Los Angeles, California, and her national recognition by PR Week as one of its top 40 under 40 in the nation. With this list of accomplishments, then why am I emotional? Well, that list goes more to the heart of who Taya is and how she brings every bit of herself to the table. She dependably shows up with creative and strategic ideas. She makes any given task, even the really stressful ones, seem somehow fun and/or hilarious. I mean, keep in mind, y'all, Taya won real-life awards for the Twitter account of the Real Life DMV. Very hard task. She gives everything 110%. She is intentional about being a caring, generous human. Taya embodies what we aspire for you moving forward from VCU's Robertson School. Make it real, make it kind, make it fun, make a positive impact, just like Taya Jarman, APR.
Thank you, Judy, students, faculty, and staff for inviting me to this momentous occasion. I first realized that I'm the only thing that's standing in between you and your graduation dinners or the endless Hallmark cards that will rain upon your lap as your family and friends find different ways to tell you congratulations. So for that, I'll keep it brief. Today I'm going to talk to two groups of graduates, the mere mortals and the rock stars. The mere mortals are the ones who haven't quite figured out what path they will take, and it might take them just a little bit longer to get there. Then, of course, there's the rock stars. We all know who they are. Those are the ones who have been interning for 4 years, they already have their boarding passes downloaded, and they're ready to start working at Netflix, Google, or the New York Times. These are the students that know exactly where they're going. But the truth is, there will be times when we will all be both. My mentor once said, life is the great equalizer. And today I will share with you several times when I've experienced extreme highs and lows and how they have shaped me to the professional that you see before you today. For the times when you're mere mortals, rule number 1, don't be afraid to start at the bottom. After my graduation from Christopher Newport University, I moved back to Richmond to live with my parents. 2 weeks later, my parents came home and found my freshly earned degree in the trash can. My dad, may he rest in peace, he said, "What is this?" I said, "Look," in my classic millennial term of expectation, I said, "No one's calling me back. This isn't working. I don't have any jobs. This is ridiculous. This degree is trash." As a first-generation college student, I was expecting that my degree was going to be my meal ticket to give me a life unlike anything I had known in my childhood. My dad sat me down and said, "Look, It's been 2 weeks. Unlike, he said it will not happen overnight, but it will come. And sure enough, my dad was right. A few weeks later, I got my first of many callbacks to work as an admin of a temporary staffing agency. I answered phones and I ordered office supplies and stacked brochures with the best of them. It was during my time as an admin that my coworker saw my grit, and when she became a communications manager, she hired me because of my enthusiasm and willingness to learn. It was my work ethic that turned me from a mere mortal to the beginning phases of a rock star. Rule number 2, find your plan B. What wasn't highlighted in my introduction by Judy, or my perfectly curated IG post, or on my highlight reel on LinkedIn are my losses. The times when I didn't get the callbacks, the times when I wasn't referred to the next level, the times when I didn't get promoted. Those L's are tucked deep inside of my journals, and they're only for my close friends and family. But while you're waiting in the philosophical waiting room for the doors to open, think about how you can keep yourself busy and productive until it's your turn. Just 2 months after I walked across this very stage, as with my master's degree in strategic public relations, I called Virginia State University and asked if they needed any professors for their undergraduate classes. At just 24 years old, I was responsible for teaching a class of 20+ undergraduate students much of what I had just learned. After a few years of successful teaching, the recession hit and that door was closed. Wanting to stay focused and busy, I then called the Virginia Times-Dispatch and I pitched a self-titled event planning column, Taya's Take. This column was the Dear Abby of events. People would write in and ask me questions about how to plan baby showers and birthday parties and different events. Of course, this was pre-Pinterest, because this type of event or column wouldn't work nowadays. But this opportunity not only allowed me to keep my name out there, but it also allowed me to hone my writing skills as I waited for more promising opportunities. The point is, you have to hustle. You're energetic, you're young, you have time on your hands. Opportunities are not going to automatically come to you, and when they do, they may or may not come in 2 weeks. So with these layoffs, doors will close. Find ways to power through. Mortal rule number 3. This is chess, not checkers. We all know what it's like to see your team, your president, or your side win. And perhaps you've seen or you've had some losses. However, when you do, maintain your composure. Never let them see you bleed, and keep working. Throughout my career, there have been times when the stars have been perfectly aligned. I would literally walk into work and pinch myself because everything was going right. After almost a decade in my career, I became the communications director for an office. At this point, everything was looking up. I had leadership that backed me. They backed my vision and my decisions. And this allowed me the freedom to be able to develop not only an award-winning team, but an award-winning brand from scratch. Throughout my time climbing the ladder, I was very intentional and working to make strategic choices to become the Swiss Army knife of public relations. I tackled opportunities that gave me the option and experience and awards to experience and awards in media relations, social media, strategy, campaign, marketing, and branding. 2 years later, the agency advertised a communication director overall for the entire agency. So, of course, I applied. Once I arrived at the interview, I was pleasantly surprised to see many leaders with whom I'd worked with. They knew my work ethic, and they had seen my growth. I was even more surprised to see my mentor was on the panel, who I had been working with for years. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is it. After several rounds of grueling interviews, the commissioner called and said, "Taya, can I come to your office?" I waited with bated breath, She walked in and began to tell me how amazing my interviews were and how the panel was blown away with my responses. Unfortunately, we've decided to go in another direction. I was crushed. I couldn't understand how, with my academic background, my experience, my credentials, how did I not get this job? I was stunned by the shock of the news. I went home and I replayed my answer. I thought about my outfit choices. Did I wear the wrong thing? Did I say something wrong? I tried to recount, like, did I cut somebody off in the parking lot? Was somebody mad at me? Why did I not get this job? In my mindset of a classic millennial, I had everything right. All of the KSAs that they were asking for, I had with my eyes closed. However, with all of my experience and knowledge, the door was still shut in my face. I think that it's important as you graduate and moments before you walk out of these doors, and to keep with the theme of VCU, to make it real. I stand here today as a real example of the times where the lows that we will all face in our careers. You will be knocked down. It will be difficult for you to overcome this. Know that sometimes you don't get to know why those pieces were moved. It is your job to keep studying the board and learn the game. In the meantime, you have to keep pushing through. Now for the rock stars. There were also times in my career when I was a rock star. After all, look at me today. At my undergraduate graduation, my grandmother slipped me a card, and in her shaky 89-year-old cursive handwriting, she wrote, "The world is wrapped around your finger on a string. All you have to do is pull." I absolutely believed her. And with that, I went off and running to fulfilling my destination. Rock star rule number 1, if you're in the game, be present and pay attention to the details. In 1 year, I had an over-the-top Cinderella-themed wedding in March. I graduated from VCU in May. I studied abroad in China in June. I got my house built from scratch and I closed on it in July. I started teaching at Virginia State in August. I got a cat in October, and then I was pregnant by November. As you can see, this was a pretty rock star year. I was more than busy. It was during these times that I realized I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. I wasn't always supporting my friends and being as present as I would have liked to been. I was self-centered, and I was so focused on my goals and my accomplishments that I forgot to clap and be there for my friends as they were there for me. I know sometimes when the crowd around you is cheering loudly, it's hard to pay attention. But I ask you, put your phones down and pay attention. People are watching you. They're watching how you show up, how you arrive, how you come in, how you react, how you win, and how you lose. Pay attention. Rockstar rule number 2, keep asking yourself, what's next? During my lulls, sometimes my what's next was not another job or a big opportunity. So in order to keep myself booked and busy, I volunteered to speak at conferences, served on nonprofit boards, and sat on interview panels. I participated as a mentor in Create-a-thon. Even though you're a rock star, you still need to practice and stay active in your career. So keep getting that alphabet soup behind your name. Almost 10 years after graduating with my master's, I decided to go back into the academic lion's den and get my accreditation in public relations. This grueling test of skill, knowledge, and abilities was not only exhausting, but I quickly realized I could not reenact my undergraduate study tactics. I powered through to accomplish the goal because I knew that in order for me to secure my space in the rooms where I wanted to be and sit at the tables that I wanted to sit, I couldn't leave anything on the table. My advice is, echoing the advice of my peers that have come before me, learn more. When you're on top, remember, somebody wants your space. Somebody wants to be where you are. So always stack the deck in your favor with academic knowledge. Those are the 2 things that no one can take away from you, so learn as much as you can. Finally, rockstar rule number 3. In the words of one of my favorite songs by Tim McGraw, "Always stay humble and kind," the musician says, "When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, and when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, and always stay humble and kind." A few months ago, my family started the habit of having a deck of Uno cards on our dining room table. I now have 2 boys that are ages 7 and 11. Uno is great because it teaches my 7-year-old how to know and recognize his colors and his numbers, and it teaches him some beginning level strategy. During one of our endless games, my 11-year-old taunted his little brother, and who was struggling to keep the cards in his little hands. And after a series of mischievous draw twos, skips, and reverses, his little brother never stood a chance. Then, at the end of this, he finished us off with a perfectly timed draw 4 mic drop. As we gathered our egos, he jumped up from the table and started doing the orange justice. If you have no idea what that is, Google it on your way home. As a mom, I didn't care that he won, but I cared how he won. After his success, this was his chance to help his little brother and to teach him the strategy of the game. But in his 11-year-old mind, all he could think about and focus on was gloating and calling his brother a noob, which is Fortnite talk for loser. While winning the game of Uno is trivial to you securing your first real job or to winning your major client, what's most important is how you act and respond when you're winning. So instead of using down-putting hashtags like hashtag you can't sit with us or hashtag get on my level, think about that the next time when you're on top. In these stories of wins and losses that I've shared today, the moral is when you're winning or losing, you have to know how and when to keep powering through. In Dr. Seuss, he says, "Oh, the places that you will go. Be sure when you step with great care and great tact. And remember that life is a great balancing act. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed." Virginia Commonwealth University, Robertson School of Media and Culture, class of 2019. Congratulations, y'all. Job well done.
Thank you, Professor Cranshaw, for your great introduction, and thank you, Ms. Jarman, for your encouraging speech. I have no doubt our graduates will power through after their graduation. Taya, on behalf of the Robertson School, let me present you with some special tokens of appreciation. Taya's family is also with us today. Thank you so much for being here and for your support for her. Based on our faculty's votes, several outstanding December 2019 graduates will receive our Robertson School Faculty Awards today. Graduates, when you hear your name, please proceed onto the stage, receive your award from Associate Dean Bassard, and stay on the stage for a group photo with all other award recipients. Dr. Bassard and Professor Jennings, if I can ask you to help with the handing of these awards. The Robertson School Faculty Award for Creative Advertising students goes to Christine Reyes. Yep. Congratulations. The Robertson School Faculty Award for Strategic Advertising students goes to Austin Morales. The Robertson School Faculty Award for Broadcast Journalism students goes to Alyssa Bernier. The Robertson School Faculty Award for Print, Online, and Digital Journalism students goes to Owen Fitzgerald.
Noticeably quieter, thank you.
The Robertson School Faculty Award for Public Relations students goes to Emily Fair. We also have 2 awards from the Kappa Tau Alpha VCU chapter. KTA is a national honor society that recognizes academic excellence and promotes scholarship in journalism and mass communication. The winners of the KTA's Top Scholar Awards are Chanel LaRoche, and Jacqueline Van Dow. Thank you. Let's give these outstanding graduates another round of applause. We will publicize all of these award recipients' achievements on the Robertson School website and our social media in the coming days. Today we have a premiere at our commencement ceremony. We have selected one of our faculty award winners, Owen Fitzgerald, to address all of you here today. Owen is a prolific reporter whose stories have been published across the state and throughout the country, including the Washington Post. As a member of our Capitol News Service staff, he wrote articles about political scandals, government transparency, and how rising sea levels will impact Virginia's Eastern Shore. He has repeatedly made the Dean's List and has also excelled outside of VCU as a mentor for high school students in Hanover County. And he is a member of the Rowdy Rams, who cheer on the VCU men's basketball team. So you're in for a treat. Owen, may I please ask you to come to the podium and to speak to your fellow graduates.
Oh boy. Thank you, Dr. Mesner, and thank you again, Taya, for that speech. Mere mortals in the house. Let's go. Again, my name is Owen Fitzgerald. Before I get into my words, I'd like to take a few seconds to thank some people for being here. My family's here. I've been here for 10 seconds. My dad is already crying because he's a child. I'd also like to thank my best friends for being here. They all took off work today to come watch this, so I hope that you all have friends who would do the same for you. I'd like to stress just how much standing in front of you all today is an opportunity I do not take lightly. I'm confident that any one of you could be standing here today in front of our peers. So faculty, thank you for the opportunity to speak just for a few minutes. I'd like to say something kind of odd. I'd like to stand in front of you and say that I am proud of you. I get that that might sound weird coming from someone who most of you have never met, but I genuinely mean it. I'm proud of you. Sitting with us today are our families, our parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and our friends. You're going to hear it 1,000 times today from them, but I want you to hear it from me right now. I'm proud of you. I mean it. I'm proud of us. Let me tell you why. If you're anything like me, you never really expected that you'd be here. Coming out of high school, my plan was to join the Air Force. Long story short, that didn't work out. It took me a few years to figure out what I was going to do with my life, but I ended up enrolling at Reynolds Community College downtown. After 2 of the most boring years of my life, I transferred here to VCU. That's it. That's the story. Yes, there were hard times. Money was tight, the hours were long, and sleep was lost. But I'm proud today because for many of you, the struggles that I have faced don't hold a candle to yours. And yet, here you are. I know that the struggles many of you have faced have made it much harder for you to be in this room today. Hatred, financial hardship, mental health, physical health. With all the odds stacked against you, you made it, and here you are. I'm proud to be graduating in a class of peers that do not look like me. Congratulations. Sadly, it's because of a few people who do look like me that many of you face a hard time to getting here today. I'm proud that our generation gets to go out and change that. Growing up in suburbia, I thought I knew what the world was about and how I was going to fit into it. I could not have been more wrong. Through the past 2 years, I have had the absolute privilege to spend most of my time around classmates from different races, religions, cultures, and genders. For as much as I've learned from our outstanding professors and faculty, I have learned just as much from you all. The diversity in this class reflects what America looks like in 2019 and what it looked like for decades to come. I'm so proud of that, and I hope you all are too. Lastly, what I'm perhaps most proud of is that our journeys do not stop here. The knowledge we have gained at VCU and the experiences that we've shared together will allow us to stand out in our fields immediately. Print majors, go write the heck out of some stories. Seek truth and report it. That's what we do. Broadcast majors, go tell the incredible stories out there that are waiting to be told. I'm really excited to see you all on TV or whatever replaces it in the next 10 years. PR people, you're going to be the voices for some really awesome companies. Wherever that may take you, you're going to be someone's first line of communication for that company. And I hope that's an opportunity that you don't take for granted. Advertising majors, all of you, there's so many of you. I hope that you end up at an agency that allows your creativity to thrive. I'm truly envious of what you all get to do, and so go do it well. All that to say, friends, I'm proud of us. I hope you're proud of each other, and more importantly, I hope you're proud of yourself, because you deserve to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. In our December 2019 graduating class, we have many other individuals deserving recognition. All the members of Kappa Tau Alpha VCU chapter in the graduating class, please rise and be recognized. Congratulations, KTM members. In the Robertson School, Latin honors are awarded to baccalaureate degree recipients who have achieved a high cumulative grade point average. Graduates with distinction of a GPA from 3.3 to 3.59, please rise and be recognized. Congratulations, you graduate cum laude. Graduates with great distinction of a GPA from 3.6 to 3.89, please rise and be recognized. Congratulations, you graduate magna cum laude. Graduates with highest distinction of a GPA from 3.9 or higher, please rise and be recognized. Congratulations, you graduate summa cum laude. Now, we have arrived at the part of the program you have all been waiting for. The awarding of diplomas to the students receiving master's and baccalaureate degrees. Today we have 3 graduates from our graduate programs and 80 graduates from our 5 undergraduate majors. Faculty marshals, will you please assist the students in coming forward to receive their ceremonial Robertson School special envelopes. The envelopes are indeed special, enclosed with special messages, which we call words of advice from our faculty and staff to our graduates. Dr. Karen McIntyre, Director of Graduate Studies, and Professor Peyton Rowe, Director of Undergraduate Studies, will you please come to the podium and read the names of those who will receive a Master of Science degree and those who will receive a Bachelor of Science degree. Dr. Bassard, will you please join me to greet our graduates?
I'd like to present the candidates for Master of Science in Strategic Public Relations. Carice Coleman. Chanel LaRouche. Jacqueline Van Dow. You ready? Now I'd like to present the candidates for Bachelor of Science in Mass Communications. Mama Yu Addy. Tara Albermani. Alexis Baines. Congratulations. Brittany Beck. Alyssa Bernier, cum laude. Jamon Bodie, cum laude. Tyrus Bowen Miller. Johnny Bradley, cum laude. Keith Brooks, Jr. Taylor Burris. Jordan Butler. Kimberly Castro, cum laude. Ariana Coghill. Amber Conley. Nina Dater. Nicole Delaware. Jason DeVester. Caitlin Duvaloy. Taylor Dvorak. Krista Eason. Stefan Espiritu. I know. Is it you, babe? Alexandra Eubanks. Emily Fair, summa cum laude. Owen Fitzgerald, cum laude. Sean Flanagan. Paul Forrest. Courtney Foster, cum laude. Tyler Giles. Oh, okay. Tell me. Ivana Godwin. Yep. Wow.
Right, I know.
Ivana Godwin.
I know you.
Daniel Golden. Allison Guess, summa cum laude. Andre Harrell. Congratulations. Hilda Hosini, summa cum laude. Howley. Carl Howley. Ashante James, cum laude. Can you say it? Olivia Jones. Grace Kaminsky. Elise Kim, cum laude. Tommy Legg. Lindsay Lasur. Sierra Lewis. Morgan Masenka, cum laude. Morgan Mathis. Olivia McCall. Coleman McClellan. Erica Molinares. Austin Morales, cum laude. Shannon Nelson. Vianne Nguyen, cum laude. Sierra Reed, cum laude. Christine Reyes, summa cum laude. Sam Rohde, cum laude. Julio Romero. Jeremy Satterwhite. Golden Shelton. Say it in- Justin Salagi. Jasmine Smith, cum laude. Mia Stevens. Adrian Thomas, cum laude. Janaea Tyler, cum laude. Congratulations. Katya Tim. Hannah Villarreal. Anna Weaver. Kalman Weinstein. I know you. Rachel Wells. Chelsea Williams, cum laude. Michael Williams. Morgan Zacharias. Almira Zaki.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Broussard, Dr. McIntyre, and Professor Rowe, and thanks, Professor Jennings, for your assistance. Now, everyone, I give you the December 2019 graduating class of the VCU Robertson School. Class of 2019, you are now embarking on a new journey in your lives. We wish you enormous success and happiness. In this spirit of joy and happiness, I know the graduates will join me in this request. We would like to recognize all those who have made and will continue to make the success and happiness of our graduates possible. Parents, spouses, partners, relatives, and friends, would you please stand and accept our gratitude? Now, graduates, you thought you were done, but you're not. You must pass one final exam, so pay attention, please. Take your tassels and transfer them to the left of your cap. Wearing the tassel on the left signifies that you actually have graduated. Very well done, you all pass. Now you have completed all of your graduation requirements. Congratulations to our December 2019 graduating class. Go Rams! Class of 2019, this is commencement, the beginning. We know you will follow Ms. Jarman's advice in her commencement speech, and you will power through. We wish you all the best in your lives and in your careers. Thank you for being part of our Robertson family at VCU. A final round of applause for this year's December graduating class. This completes the formal part of our celebration. As the recessional music plays, we ask that the faculty and graduates stand. Then you can join, we ask that the guests remain seated until the graduates have exited. Then you can join the graduates and faculty for conversation and photos in the lobby. I encourage graduates to mingle with your professors and colleagues and make sure this proud moment is shared with all of those who have contributed to it. Thank you, everyone. Have happy holidays and a great start to 2020.